How to comp any wholesale property in under 30 seconds. Guys, it's Rick in, and today I'm going to walk you through 3 simple ways that you can comp any of your wholesale deals to minimize your time, your mistakes, and at the end of the video, you can make a choice which one's the best fit for you. But before I get into it, do me that favor, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's share this video with others who want to find the truth out about wholesaling. So in my 23 years career of wholesaling, I will tell you, comping honestly has never been easier right now in 2025 than obviously I've known in my 23 years career. In fact, it's almost brain dead how you comp, but we got to go through some basic rules on how to get the right comp so you can profit the most from your wholesale deals. Now, contrary to what people say, you do not have to pay to comp something. Back in the day when I actually had to get comps in 2003, I actually had to go to a realtor's office and basically beg them. And sometimes it'd take a day or two to get the comp back. And honestly, I had to just trust their data. We've come a long way. So what I want to walk you through is the simplest, easiest way. If you have no money at all you have to do is have an internet connection. If you don't have that, you can go to your public library. So nobody has an excuse for comping a property. So if you're working with someone that is a motivated seller that needs to sell, you just got to do the math problem on the real estate, and everybody has access to pull up comps. So I don't want to hear, I don't know how to pull up comps, so I don't have access. I just gave you 2 simple ways to do it. So let's go on the internet. Let me show you how to pull it for free. So one of the first ways I'm going to do it is go over to Zillow, and I'm just going to pull into Zillow. And if you have a specific address, you can just put it in there. So for training purposes, I'm just going to put in a random address that I pulled up. And that way we can do a fair evaluation across all 3 different ways to pull any type of comp. So when I pull this up, listen, face it guys, Zillow is very convenient. You can look at pictures, and let's face it, all your sellers are looking at this information. So I would always start with Zillow. In fact, when I send any of my acquisitions people out on appointments, I want them to know what the Zillow value is and definitely what this estimate is, because it's going to come up. So just start at that point. It's the easiest way to do it. Now you can do this real quick. It pulls it up. It's going to give you an estimate of $156,000. It'll give you an estimated rent, and it'll give you a cost per square foot under air. Now you see all the information, and honestly, I kind of like the range thing that Zillow does. It's a little bit newer, but if I'm a wholesaler, guys, I'm always going to try to stay on the conservative side, because is it going to sell for 175? I have no idea. Remember, all real estate's local, and you have to take that into account. So the old school me would just take that 138, maybe 140, and call that the comp. I'm done. There's your 30 seconds. Now, what I would do then is I would cross-reference it to an additional site. But you can go further in there. It'll give you all the information you want to know. Remember, this is geared towards getting realtor leads. It's not geared towards a wholesaler. So I would not go past. You can see like a little comp analysis here. It gives you rents, financing, all this other fun stuff. But honestly, all we care about is I would look at that 156, the Zestimate, and then I would look at the range. And I would say it's probably between 140 and 150. And I'm probably going to stick to 140 as a very conservative without looking at anything else. Now, keep in mind, if you sell your deal for more, you sell your contract for more, it's just extra icing on the cake. The problem is a lot of wholesalers try to rely on, they go, well, I see 175, so I'll put it under contract at 170. You don't want to do that. Remember, your goal as a wholesaler is to buy the property for as low as you possibly can while solving the seller's problem. Sounds easier than said, but that's what you have to do. So the worst thing you do is put this thing under contract at like 170, because then you're going to call 5 or 6 cash buyers and they go, what are you nuts? I would never pay you more than 145, 150 for it. So always stay on the conservative side, because it's going to steer you to make sure you're buying the property at a deep discount so you can ensure that you can move your contracts to cash buyers. Remember, the biggest problem with most wholesalers is what? They overpay for properties because they're scared of confrontation and they're looking for a quick and easy way out. Remember, until you sell it, you actually don't make money. And if you pay too much for it, you're going to work for free and stress yourself out. So start with Zillow. It's simple. I like to do this estimate. I don't care about all the other realtor stuff. And you can do that in under 30 seconds. Now, what I used to tell you, the old school way, is I would tell you to go to sites like realtor.com. I tell you to go to Redfin, and then I would tell you to go to Trulia.com. And the problem is I can't in full conscience tell you to do that and tell you to spend under 30 seconds like the title of this video. That's ridiculous. Rick, how can I take all these values and under 30 seconds spit them out? I'm here to show you it's really simple. This Zillow thing, it's is the old school way to do it. And I still want you to practice doing it because sellers rely heavily on it. It is the #1 real estate valuation website for homeowners, and that's what they focus on. So if we want to do it in 30 seconds, let me show you how to blend all these together and put it together. Now, you know where I'm going with this. Unless you were born yesterday, you know exactly where I'm going. We're going to use AI, artificial intelligence. Why? We are going to laugh back at the days when we actually searched the internet. I'm old enough to tell you before the internet, and now you guys are going to be the ones that go, remember the old days when we used to have to type everything on the internet? Let AI do the work for you. AI is like a bot. It's like a virtual assistant. It's like an employee that goes out and scours and gathers all the information on the internet and puts it and packages it to you in a beautiful report. So let me show you how to do this. There is zero cost in doing this, and anyone can access AIs like Grok, ChatGPT. You can use Gemini. You can use DeepSeek. Man, these things go on and on. Whatever your personal preference is. I like ChatGPT. It just seems to be the most consistent, but there's a lot of things popping up and it seems to change on a weekly basis. So let me show you how to go in there and simply plug it in. It is so simple. It's actually kind of stupid, but hey, this is the age we're in. Let's get this information so we can get out there marketing and talking to motivated sellers. So guys, I'm jumping in just to kind of save us time. I jump in here and I just ask, hey, what's the value of 317 Seymour Avenue? You can use comparable reports. You can get as much detailed information as you want, but remember, I just need some simple data. I need a comp. Maybe I'm talking to a seller on the phone. And guys, even if you're talking to a seller on the phone, you can pull up your cell phone and pull up the mobile app of any of these AIs, and it will do it for you right there while you're talking to them. So no longer are you stranded trying to guess. And maybe you can take a deal down faster because you have access to this AI information. So what it did, remember earlier, we took the Zillow. So we did that first one manually and it's dead on. It took the information 156.4. So 156,000 was the Zestimate. It doesn't say Zestimate. They call it an estimate here. And they tell you the range is 138 to 175. I would pick 140. That's just how I do it. Why? Because it puts pressure on me to make sure I buy the property under 140 and ensures I never overpay for me. Now, it doesn't mean you have to buy it at 140. It is just kind of a recommendation. Remember, we're going to focus on the seller's motivation and buy the property for the deepest discount. And remember, I told you just jump over to Trulio, Redfin, Homes.com. We can go on and on this. And it just, if you look at this, it gives you each one of them. So Trulio came in at 156.4, same as Zillow. It tells you right there. Redfin came in at 213, a little bit high. That's why I don't trust a realtor's website. 203 to 241. I would scrap that one altogether. And then Homes.com came in at like 160, basically 170. And once again, you see this range 135 to 197. So as usual, Zillow's has the most data and they usually do the best. And with this one, once again, I'm reconfirming. Now, what I don't want you to do at this point is go out and headhunt. You can do 15, 20, 30 different sites. You can use AI to do it, but please look at the data and do not try to manipulate it. In my opinion, this property, I go from 140, maybe to 165. But remember, I've got to buy it as cheap as I possibly can. So the problem is some of you guys look at the numbers and go, well, I see 203 to 241. I see 197. If I put it on a contract at 180, I should be fine. No, it's not going to work. See, you're taking the easy route instead of doing the hard work up front. Do not try to manipulate these numbers. These numbers are screaming into me. I can tighten this range up. I would say 140 to 160, maybe 165, but I'm going to shoot always on the lower side. So when I put this in, it'll spit it out in 30 seconds. I can be talking to a seller just like I'm talking to you, and I know where I need to be in the number. And why is that valuable? Because I can decide if I want to move further with this seller or I just move on, maybe and put them in follow-ups. Not everybody's ready to sell. A majority of your leads, your deals will come from your follow-up. And it's important to have a CRM to help you follow up because eventually you'll have thousands of follow-up. So we've gone Zillow. We showed you how to do it manually, scraping the internet. Now we go to ChatGPT, guys. All you have to do is put it in. You can type it in on your phone. You can type it on your computer, and you can use the free account to do it. And both these techniques are absolutely free, and honestly, they're valuable. And if you're broke, it's my recommendation to do it. There's no point in spending money until you make money, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to show you the third way. This is a paid way, but I'm going to show you the convenience of it, and then I'll let you make a decision after evaluating all three. But remember, your current status should be the indicator which one you use. Because no software, no AI in the world is going to sell your contracts for you. It'll just help you move with more confidence, more speed, and more information than your average wholesaler. And that's what I'm trying to present to you. So the third way is just going into our X Leads account. Here we are, we're in the X Leads account. And then I'm going to pull up the same one when we do that. And then I just click on that lead. I can just type it in the bar there. And if you look here, boom, you get all their contact information. We'll go over that in a little bit. But if I look right here, if you go down to the X Leads Insights, which is available to even the basic users. And right here, it says the retail value is about 160. And it says a wholesale value of 104. And what did I tell you before? I felt the range was basically 140 to 160, and they're telling you what the wholesale is. Now remember, my target range is an ARV, which is basically the retail value. Guys, if it sells for more, you just make a crap load more money. But some of you hang on that top number and you cherry pick it, and then you put it under contract and you're like, oh my God, I'm such a great wholesaler. The seller agreed. Of course, the seller agreed because you just paid retail for the property. Do yourself a favor. Make sure you comp conservatively when it comes to wholesaling, because at the end of the day, it's whatever the buyer is going to pay you for your contract is what the real value of the property is. And there's always some sort of risk when you do it. Remember, your goal as a wholesaler is to minimize risk and maximize reward. So basically the retail is 160. We ran through it. We came up with 156 on Zillow, and then we did a chat GPT. We summed them all up. We came up a range from basically 140 to 160-ish. And this is why I like X Leads. In my opinion, some of the best data you can get. But you guys can make a decision. I never depend on one party. I look at everything. And when I go through this, it's 160. And I love going over here because it gives you a target wholesale. Now, this isn't a mandatory. This is what you need to buy for it. It's what we shoot for. There's a lot of variabilities that come into it. I want to show you why X Leads is so valuable. Now, I did this comp in 5 seconds in X Leads, and to be honest, you could probably do 5 seconds technically in any of the ones. It's not about how much time you do. You shouldn't be spending 10, 15 minutes. It usually means you're reaching, but I can get much more insights. So if you have one of the Pro or the X plans in here and you want some more confidence on understanding your number, is we have AI. It's called Deal Ninja AI. And as you look in the upper right-hand button, you have to have the Pro or the X plan. Not required. I'm just showing you options. It'll go through and evaluate your deal, saying it's a great fit, strong off-market, high equity, potential motivated seller, intra-family transfer. Ooh, long-term owner. And then guys, it's even better. It'll tell you if it needs light repairs. It'll give you target numbers to make offers on. And then if you want to go down and discuss more with your Deal Ninja AI. Remember, this is proprietary and built inside of X Leads, and it is searching all the data within the X Leads, all the sources we have, and you can ask it as many questions as you humanly want. There is no limit. The idea is to give you accurate information in a quick, concise, and the best part about, guys, it's all on one platform. Now I can go get the seller's contact information, I get their email, I get their phone number, I get everything. And guys, if you really want to kick it up a notch, you jump into the Ninja side, which is our Go High Level account. And right there, you can call them. You can text them. You can set up massive marketing campaigns. We have tons of training. The goal is to get you started in X Leads, get you marketing leads with a basic account, and let you grow your business all on one platform. And the last 15 years, I've switched so many platforms. I've had up to 10 different accounts, 10 different credit card charges, 10 different amounts, 10 different windows. I'm tired of it. This is why I like to use X Leads, because I can do everything on one platform and I can easily communicate with my team. I can process deals. There's nothing more advanced than the Ninja Go High Level, period. That's why we used to use Podio, and Podio was wonderful when it came up. It was a step up from doing a manual sheet or a Google sheet. But guys, Go High Level is, to me, the most advanced one you can get. But remember, we need to get you a deal. When it comes to comping, you just need to find a conservative number. If you go inside X Leads, I'm going to point you in the right direction to make sure you have the confidence so you can comp that property and make a proper wholesale offer. Remember, I don't teach you how to create the highest offer. I teach you how to build rapport and make the lowest offer while solving the seller's problem. So guys, I just presented 3 different ways where you can pull a comp in under 30 seconds. And remember, it's up to you to make that decision. If you don't have any money and you don't have any deals going on, take the freeway. Let's get going. Go over to freewholesaling.com. Let me show you how to connect with motivated sellers. Don't waste your time with non-motivated sellers, people who want to sell your house, because it's just a huge time waster. And that's, in my opinion, it's not wholesaling. So if you want to learn how to do wholesaling correctly, go over to freewholesaling.com. Use one of these 3 techniques. Let me know in the comments, which technique are you using? And share your results with me. I would love to hear the feedback. And as usual, if you got value from this, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button so we can share the truth about wholesaling to everybody out there. This is Rick Ginn. I'll see you in the next video.